Hi, Pejman here, and today we're going to start a series of videos about string functions. And the first one is left and right. Let's go into actions. So I'm going to open a new SQL script, and I'm going to start with a simple select statement from our single table COVID and MHI database. That's right. Okay. So we're going to talk about the string functions and within the string. And here we have one. It's reported date. Although it's date functionally, not functionally, I mean the face value of it's a date, but it's not. You see, you can check the type here in dbvar, and you see it's a varchar, and you can see here too. See, it's a varchar. It's a character string, and you see here it's ABC. It's a character string, so we can apply string functions on it. Good. So let me tell you a scenario, and then we can do our job based on that scenario. So see, it's date. Sometimes we need to bring numbers of month. Here, our aggregation level or partitioning level is day, and we don't want it, right? We want to have our data categorized or grouped by month, right? So, and here by month, I don't want the real date field month. I want simply the first characters that resemble the year digits and dash and month digits, right? This is our scenario. So you see, to categorize dates, there are millions of other ways, but for our scenario, I just simply needs the first characters representing year and month. Now I'm going to separate them. So you see, let's bring just dates, just this field for our purpose. And you see we have 4 characters here, 2020, and then the dash, and then 02. So we have 4, 1, 2, 7 characters in total on the left side of our strings, right? And if we can bring out these series of characters, it tells us just about the month portion of this string, this date string, right? And we're going to do that. And to do that, we need that left function. Okay, let's make it formatted. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I'm starting the next field by comma, and then I'm going to use my first string function, and that's left. Name is simple, left, and then like every function in most coding languages, I'm going to start with parentheses. And by the way, this is autocomplete. See, when I'm putting one parenthesis, it brings the next parenthesis too, right? So it makes a couple for me. So which field I want? It's reported date. And what I want the first 7 characters, or left 7 characters. So I'm putting a comma and then that number, 7. As here it's going to be, or I'd like it to be, year, month. Oops. Okay. Be careful. When it's changing the color, it means that it's been reserved for something else. So although it runs my script, but I prefer not to use those ones. It's a personal thing. You can skip that for now. Okay, so let's try it and see if it's working or not. Oops, it works. See? It's bringing me the left 7 characters of my string, and look, it's working. It's just giving me the year and month. Although this one has not any meaningful date characteristics, right? But practically it's month, it's year and month, right? And I can use it. So let's bring another function, string function, and then we can repeat the whole thing again as a practice. Okay, so this time I'm going to use right function, and right function is like left, but my reference point is on the right side of the string, right? Like this. Right, the name of the function is right, of course, and it's going to be inside a couple of parentheses, and we're going to talk about report date, and we're going to bring, say, 17, the day of it. And see, the day is the format of the day, and this string is 2 characters for all of them, like this. 1 is not 1, it's 0, 1. So it's good for us, right? So if we simply bring out the right 2 characters, it's going to give us the day of our date field. So I'm going to name this one day underline, or better, underline day. Let's do it. Control Enter, and it's working. See? Cool. So let's do it again. We're talking about string functions, and we're using reported date in this table, which is not a date field, it's a string field. And we can know about this by looking at this in dbeaver ABC, which is telling us that it's a varchar, or string character, right? A string field. And then we're going to use left and right functions. And for left, we have 2 elements in our function. The first one is the field that we want to manipulate, and on the right is the number of characters we want to extract. And we're separating them by a comma, right? So left reported date, 7 characters, or if you want to read it in English, it can be like this. Left 7 characters of reported date. And we're bringing that as year underline and underline month. And we do the same thing with right function, and right function is like this. Write 2 characters of string field reported date as underline day. It was easy, right? I hope so. Cool. Have fun and happy coding.